Yesterday I uploaded 3 books to Amazon KDP, and I have published now 612 books. I'm waiting for 2 to hit live to be at 613 or 14. Many of you have asked how I'm creating books so quickly, and I want to pull back the curtain and give you something that's really helped me to master book upload, but then also understand that this is not a pyramid scheme. These things are not things that just like happen overnight. That I've been doing this for almost 4 years, but I want to share with you, when you have a process in place, you can typically go faster. And that's such a benefit of understanding that mastery is messy, but then if you don't quit, you can't lose. So let me pull this up because I'm going to give this resource to you. I want you to have it so you can actually go faster too, okay? So many of my students were like, how are you doing this so fast? And so I want to break this down, and then I'll actually put the link below so you can have a copy of this for yourself, okay? So essentially, yesterday when I uploaded 3 books, I created one and it took me 90 minutes. And then I went through and I made a copy of the manuscript and I went and changed things inside of it, okay? So part of the strategy that I use to make $140,000 on Amazon KDP royalties that went into my pocket, into my bank account, is repurposing content. And so when we do videos about research and finding things that work, when something works, it is very clear to me to do more of that, right? Like, that is such a natural internal instinct that all of us have. Like, when my husband does something for me, I need to show that gratitude if I want him to do it more, right? Like, that is the communication. So there's signals. We put out signals onto Amazon KDP. It gives signals back. So if we have books that are not selling, we need to pay attention to those signals, okay? When we find books that are selling, and now we have a very clear signal, like, okay, this book made $3.69. Woohoo! That is the amount of a royalty with a 6x9 book that's 100 pages, okay? And that is a signal that I'm like, okay, this worked. What else can I do? So from that process, I am repurposing content, and I'm thinking about the customer bought this book. What is another book that they would use? Now, a big, large disclaimer that I want to say with anyone that is new to my channel or my process, I am not hiring ghostwriters. I am not writing books. So you may see, I have written 1 book and I'm working on writing a second one. And I want it to be really genuine and authentic, so it's taking me longer, which I think is the right thing to do. But there will be people that will put things in comments that are not actually watching this video or paying attention, and they'll say, you're the reason why KDP has books full of garbage, okay? If it was garbage, I wouldn't have made 6 figures, because you are smart as a customer. Customers are smart, right? And we want a book that lives a long time on Amazon. So this 90 minutes a book is built around the strategy that I am focused on repurposing content, and I'm also focusing on medium content along with low content. So for a long time, prompted journals were actually considered not as low content because they had different phrases on each page. Now Amazon has updated their guidelines just through email support recently that says anything that requires a customer to fill something out is considered low content. And so I've had a couple prompted journals that go as low content, and then others that actually they get in with the other category. Now, we're not going to make a big deal about what it is or what it isn't because we don't have control over that with Amazon, but we can make quality books. That's the goal. Okay. So when I'm at the book creation phase, the reason I'm able to go 90 minutes for a book is because I am going from data that has already sold. So this step 1 here that takes me 10 to 15 minutes, it's because I'm pulling from data of books that are already validated. Like, it's already a good idea. It's already been selling. And so if you haven't mastered the research phase of book creation, that is literally the secret ticket, the golden ticket to the chocolate factory. Like, it is what's going to unlock this passive income for you over and over again. So there is a lot of work to generating passive income. This is not a pyramid scheme. It doesn't happen overnight, but you can make a little bit of royalties every day and even while you sleep. And that's what makes this so fun, okay? So when I am getting ready to make a book, I'm using tools like ChatGPT with my data to say, like, this is already selling. These are the key words. Give me ideas for more books, right? And so if you have things like BookBeam or Publisher Rocket, that's going to help you on your journey, okay? Now, when I do generate an idea, I am still going to Amazon for those signals. Like, I still want to know, how does this taste, right? Like, is this pasta good? Is this chicken tikka masala? I'm making chicken tikka masala with my kids. I've probably spent, I'm so embarrassed to say this, over $1,000 since they, like, at Indian restaurants. And so I'm like, it's time for me to learn this because I'm not always going to live in this place with this restaurant. I am making them food and I'm asking for feedback on the signals with the different spices I'm putting in, the temperature. Like, one of my sons likes it super spicy. The other one's like, Mom, I need more yogurt. I need half and half. I need milk. So I'm going to Amazon for these same signals. Like, I don't want to just be like, here's this blazing hot pasta. Here's this blazing hot chicken tikka masala. I didn't get any talking points from the person that has to eat it. Okay. When you make a book, somebody has to buy it. So we need the talking points. Can you tell, like, I'm fired up about recipes? So I'm always looking back on Amazon to make sure before this 90 minutes of creating a book, like, that I'm actually going to do this. And I don't want to share this with you where you're like, oh, I have to make a book in 90 minutes. Like, when you've been doing this 3 years, you should be able to make a book faster. Okay. And the books, it depends too on your skill set, right? Like, my background is in fine art. And so, like, I have been taking art classes forever. And I have been learning Canva for forever, okay? So word searches, once you get down that instant puzzle generator, it is so fun because you go to ChatGPT and you ask it for words, it gives it back, you put it in instant puzzle, boom, copy, boom, save, boom, upload to Canva, add another page. Like, it's beautiful, okay? So if you feel like maybe we should, I've done a word search video before, but I'm like, maybe there's another application for this where I show you 90 minutes, right? Making a book in 90 minutes, we can do that, okay? So it is really important in step one that you're validating your book idea. So if you don't validate, it doesn't even matter how fast you can make a book. I love but people want to know this, but, like, at the end of the day, if you haven't mastered keyword research, keep learning it because it's an amazing skill set, okay? So the second step is, like, when you're creating the interior. Right now, I'm solely using Canva. I've used BookBolt. It's a great company, great people. Right now, it's just Canva is just, I'm just plugging away at Canva. Now, inside my coaching program, I have 100 templates of different books for my students to modify. So sometimes I can grab one from there, or I can create something new in Canva. Canva has so many ideas to go from too, okay? And so I have a set of templates that I like to create books from, especially joke books. Once you kind of know the format that you like, it can be really great. So I think there was 5 or 6 people that wanted this video, and I think it was based off of prompted journals. If that's something you want to see, let me know. Okay. So I'm spending that time to create the interior from existing stuff that I have. Okay. So this 90 minutes, like, really only makes sense when you are starting to make money. If you're not starting to make money, I'm not going to rush you and tell you, like, hey, get 3 books up in one day. I only did that because I found a winning niche and I had the templates and I put it all together and uploaded it. Like, I was in the zone, okay? So cover design now is faster than ever. There's resources like Kittl, Photoshop, and Canva Pro has Canva Media Magic, which I feel like we need to do tons of content on because it's such a beautiful process to use different types of tools like this. Canva is such a great spot for this. I use the cover calculator, and when something is selling on Amazon, I don't necessarily go and try to reinvent the wheel. I try to fit in other selling books, like, oh, if the customer liked this, they would like my book. Usually when we have our own ideas and we're not thinking of the customer, that's when we start pouring all the weird spices and weird stuff in there because we've never done it before. And it's like, let's actually just create a book that sells, okay? And so when you're doing this, you also want to think about adding subtitles that improve discoverability on your book. So Amazon's rules are that when you enter your title on Amazon, it should be on your cover. But subtitle doesn't have to be on the cover. So if you want to leverage more keywords from your subtitle to your title, you might think about if it makes sense putting those in the actual title. Okay. So metadata setup, the reason why it's so fast to upload a book in 90 minutes and book creation with Amazon is because I already keep track in a Google Sheet all of my keywords that brought in sales. So when it comes to set that up, like the 7 boxes keywords you saw in my previous video where I'm using hidden gem, like that goes so fast because I have all that data there. Okay. So it's a matter of uploading the files. When everything's all organized, you can go very fast, right? You're going to KDP, you're uploading the inside, you're uploading the cover. These are PDFs always. You're double checking to make sure it looks good, okay? And your book file, it lives in Amazon, okay? I'm always pricing stuff above $9.99 unless I'm using a loss leader, okay? A loss leader is only for like Costco and Sam's Club. Big wholesale grocery stores will make milk and like rotisserie chicken. They'll price it where if that's all you bought, they would lose money on you coming in. A lot of people are doing that, but they're not leveraging it properly with books. And so if you have any books that are $9.99, spend time, if it's important to you, to put in some loss leaders, some $6.99 books that can sell really quickly. I've been raising all the prices of my books because I want to be able to turn on ads for them. Okay. So it is powerful to be able to price your book higher, especially after it sells, so you have the royalties to scale. Okay. The 7th step was once it goes live, you're able to use Amazon ads. I put email list here because that's important to some of you, but I don't use social media for my books, and I don't use the email list currently for my books. It's just, 1, I don't have the bandwidth. 2, it's not the same customer base that I'm sharing on social media as like a content creator that talks about self-publishing. You can turn on an ad, and you can literally do it for $5 a day. Okay, you can even do it for $1.59 a day, and that's when you keep the bid amount really, really low. In my personal experience, I don't wait to turn on ads. Reviews come naturally when traffic leads to those conversions. But if it's important to you, there's websites that can help you with that. I think I've done Pubbie, and I've used social media in the beginning. I've also hired Amazon influencers to help with those books, and they've created videos, and that's been really fun. So it's not quite like paying for a review. You're working with the content creator, and they're making you a video, and then they upload it to their Amazon storefront. Okay. So let me know what questions you have. I'm going to put this below, but if you're not at this stage, really spend time, like spend 90 minutes a day doing keyword research, because that is really the skill set. Like once you master that, it unlocks so much goodness. I have a free training coming up. I want you to attend. I'll put the link below. I love you. If you don't quit, you can't lose, and I will see you in the next video.